The final episode of the Kardashians' second season just aired, and we can't believe how time has flown by. It feels like almost yesterday when the season started, as we got immersed into their crazy lives yet again. We followed Kim to the Paris Fashion Week, but more importantly, we witnessed the family gather for Khloe's new baby boy's arrival. Today, we're super excited to get into the whole family finally welcoming their newborn.
You were sleeping, and in the morning you wake up and you think, oh, my sister went and got married?
First off, we finally got to have a wholesome season finale, following a disastrous season 1 conclusion, in which the viewers learned about Tristan's disgraceful cheating on Khloe once again. The second season wrapped up on a much happier note, especially for the reality TV star. The Hulu episode looked back at Kardashian being at the hospital as she welcomed her newborn baby through a surrogate, which happened in August this year. This entire moment was pretty dark, because it was happening right after she had gotten to know of Thompson's adultery. To make matters worse, he had been expecting a baby with a different woman. We got to have a look at several camera angles of the real labor during the finale, but the surrogate was not present on screen. Skims CEO Kim explained at one point about how he looks exactly like True, alluding to her sister and Thompson's eldest daughter. Afterward, the new mom FaceTimed her little girl to ask if she thought the new member of their family was cute. This was one of the sweetest moments of the episode. We were all smiling at the screens as we saw the siblings' first ever interaction. Later in the episode, the Kardashian momager visited Khloe and her new grandson, both of whom live right in her neighborhood. She commented on how gorgeous he is and how he looks just like their brother Rob. Looking back at how tough things had been for her at the end of last season, we're happy that everything's good now, all thanks to their famous resolve to just keep going.
Pathetic human being, because all they talk about is what a loser I am.
Following up, True finally gets to meet her little brother. True Thompson seems like a natural big sister, looking at how adorable she was when she finally got to meet her new sibling. As we saw in the finale, Khloe and her firstborn enjoyed a sweet moment at their house. The mother and daughter sat on a chair together, lovingly interacting with their little new arrival. While talking to the now mother of two, Kris talked about how pleased she was with her, and how she is the best mother in the entire universe, as Kim and Kourtney also listened and agreed. She especially lauded her for the way she handled everything with the baby, and we've got to agree with the momager. Of course, Kiki couldn't hold back on taking this opportunity to praise herself, her siblings, and her mother for knowing how to be excellent moms. While all of them sat and had this heartfelt talk, True was dashing in and out of the room, and as she did, Kris called out to her, saying that they were proud of her too. The new mom reflected on the highs and lows of her life in a confessional, talking about how the lows have sometimes been terribly low for her. She also envied the fact that whatever was going on in the show wasn't just mere story writing, because that would have meant for her actual life to be better. But then she praised her family for always knowing how to get back up after they go down, and that's the beauty of it. Finally, some Tristan shade was necessary. The family had gotten together to celebrate the birth, but Keeks and Kris wasted no time suggesting names for the baby, and the 67-year-old even slammed the father of her newborn grandson. They wondered what they wanted to call him, and the Skims founder was especially eager to settle on a name as soon as possible. Momager Deer suggested the name Rob, considering how she already pointed out the baby's resemblance, but she did not want to stop there. She further inquired if the name Rob Kardashian Thompson would do, after which she suggested simply calling the baby Rob Kardashian. We were all sitting here with our mouths wide open because the burn was simply too much. The way she savagely talked about simply removing the dad's name from the equation was pretty hilarious, but it also reminded us of how strong and independent these ladies are. The dad had definitely wronged Coco, and the scandal cost her mentally, but she still pulled through for the best interest of her kids, and that's all that matters. In reality, she's the sole parent who deserves credit for her adorable baby.
Tristan said to me that he wants to talk with my sisters and my mom.
Now, moving on to the scandalous Kim and Tristan hangout. First off, what is she doing? Nobody would want to mess with the bad blood that's left behind between Khloe and Tristan, but it seems that Keeks isn't scared to meddle with her sister's affairs. It hasn't even been that long since their newborn baby was welcomed into the family, but she's already out with her sister's ex-partner, who, by the way, had been cheating for quite a while. She shared pictures on Instagram about how she and Thompson had just visited a juvenile juvenile prison facility in LA to sit and eat with some young men before the Thanksgiving holiday. In her caption, she wrote about how grateful she is this year for the people she has met in prisons all over the country. The series of shots from the occasion also had Tristan tagged in the caption, talking about how the two of them had an awesome Friendsgiving meal with the young men detained at Camp Kilpatrick. The model went out on this venture to continue her humanitarian efforts by spending Thanksgiving with inmates, but we don't think that she didn't expect the backlash. The visit confused viewers because she was accompanied by him of all people. And to be honest, we feel the same way. In the end, questioning her is a tough one because she was out working for her cause, as she has been trying to advocate for criminal justice reform in the country. It feels a bit shallow to focus on who she was out with, but still, we need answers.
She chooses to not engage. She wants to just act like nothing's going on and ignore it.
Coming up, how did everybody feel about this? The comment section was flooded with praise for the motivating and encouraging visit, with Paris Hilton commenting, "Love this." But don't let these comments mislead you, because you will only need to scroll a little down to find all the baffled fans. It took no time for the Tristan-related comments to roll in, as one follower wrote how there were so many people she could have taken along instead of him, and we can't say they're wrong. Another one mockingly tried confirming from her if she left the basketball player in jail, right? And we couldn't help but find that highly creative. After all, the man had been involved in more than just one cheating scandal and isn't the best company to take along for a social change. But one of the comments was pretty spot on, as it asked him to not make him the antagonist if she's going to try and give him his redemption story later on. We understand where the fan is coming from because we've all been there with the contradictory signals that the Kardashians tend to give us all. Other comments didn't even try to be quirky and simply asked the socialite what she was doing hanging out with them in the first place. We could go on and on listing everything that was going through the people's minds, but the backlash was real, and most fans didn't like what was going on. We're all sitting around waiting for her to explain why her sister's ex had to be present with her on the occasion, but that's all we can do.
You've been more of a bully than not.
It's
what
a
does it do
joke.
for you? No, but what does it do for you if I'm...
Finally, how badly has she messed up? She did whatever she did, but did Khloe know of her plans with him? We don't know yet how bad things are, but we can look back at the messy, highly complicated timeline of the couple to understand how bad things have eventually gotten. Very recently, you all might have heard of the secret proposal that just came out. The basketball player had proposed to Coco at the end of 2020, and she had turned him down, but no one knew of this proposal until a long time had passed. What's actually problematic about this is the fact that this proposal came around the same time his paternity scandal arose with Nichols, which explains why he got turned down, and rightfully so. She confessed that she wanted to be engaged to someone she could be proud to claim, and this just wasn't it. What's more is that her siblings had been there throughout these incidents. We even got to see Kylie enraged over how messed up it is that he knew he was going to become a father to another baby but never declared it. Putting your partner in that position is just something purely unforgivable, which is why it makes no sense why Thompson should be getting a second chance. We really hope he isn't. And that's a wrap, folks. What do you guys think of Khloe's newborn baby? Tell us in the comments below. And as always, make sure to click that like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on more updates about your favorite celebrities. Thanks for watching, and we'll see ya in the next one.